So you must flip those 5 tokens
In
from
order.
lowest to highest.
No pressure whatsoever, everyone, right? Hello everyone, it's Stella and Tarrant from the Dice Tower, and we are playing the Incal Infinite. Now this is a comic book as well, I believe called the Incal.
Indeed, yes, it was from the 80s, I believe, a French graphic novel, comic book.
And we will be doing playthrough for the Incal Infinite. This game is by Guillaume Montiage.
Guillaume Montiage
Thank you.
and Manuel Rozoy.
And this is published by Why Not Animation at Interaction. Yes. And this is a prototype copy. This is where we are helping John Difool.
John Difool, yes. So this is it's an interesting little game. So what we are going to have to do in this game, we have these 7 chits here, numbered chits. These represent the Incal. It's this powerful source of energy and power in this particular IP.
And this is a cooperative game. So we
Yes.
add John Difool team.
Yes, so we're going to shuffle these up and we're going to place 5 of the 7 randomly into these locations, like so. And the other 2 go out of the game. And what we're going to be doing is playing cards from our hands, trying to make the appropriate sets at these locations. And when we create the sets that we need, it will allow whoever finished creating that set to look at the chit that's there. And when we think we've got enough information, someone needs to spend their turn going through flipping up all of the chits in sequence.
Has to be in sequence. That's how you win the game. And you flip not in sequence, you lose the game.
Yes. So we have these cards. At 2 players, there are 5 copies each of 5 characters from the Incal, each with a number ranging from 1 to 5. And we can talk about our cards. We're not strictly meant to see each other's cards, but we can talk about our cards and strategize what we're doing. On each player's turn, because it is a strictly turn-by-turn game, we will move our ship between 1 and 6 steps around the board. And if we land on one of these 5 locations, we play down as many cards as we want to play that show the same character. And if we can get to the point where we meet the requirement on that location, then whoever finishes it gets to look at the chit. So here, for example, we would need 4 of a kind. We can only play 4 cards here overall, and we've started the game with a Tanata card here, so we would want to get 4 Tanatas down here.
Potentially.
In this place, we want 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind. Here we want 2 non-matching pairs. Here we want all 5 different characters. It's a very slow one because you can only play 1 character at a time, or 1 different character on your turn. And here we want a sequence. We've got a 2, so the next card down has to be a 3, then the next one is a 4, and so on. Very restrictive, so every time we come back here to Suicide Alley, we've got a couple of extra abilities that we can discard cards
4,
to
I should say.
And so we need to use those really tactically because this is a tight, short, little game. Things can get away from us very quickly.
Oh, very. And you can see you might have questions already. All right, so this one you need 4 of the same kind. And this is 2 different kinds, and each kind has got 2. So what happened here? This is conflicting already. This is already
we already cannot finish. We already cannot finish those, and that's where we need to use our discard or move abilities back at Suicide Alley to even make this possible.
Yeah, so we're probably going to talk about what are the powers really briefly, what they do.
Yep. Yes, there's one that lets you move cards from a finished location to the discard pile to get them back in circulation. This one lets you move cards from one place to the other. This one lets you remove damage from your hands, so if any damage just chokes up your hand, and if any player ever has 3 in hand, that's it, we're done. And this is the one that lets us talk about what numbers we've seen. And because only one person is doing the revelation, we will need to do this to get the information where it needs to be.
And we'll keep describing you what we do, how the game plays as we play the game.
Yep. There's an adversary in every game from the universe. We are playing with the basic scenario, which is the easy bergs. Every time we do a lap, the bergs are going to advance and deal us some damage.
And you might, if you've seen the comic books, you might recognize this Suicide Island. This is one of the initial scenes in the first comic book.
Yes.
So this is John Difool being thrown from the bridge of the Suicide Island because everyone's go there apparently to commit suicide. Sounds a bit bleak, but the water is acid.
Yes.
That's how you die apparently in Suicide Island.
Indeed. All right, let's pick a first player.
I think you should go first.
It is technically whoever looks the most like John Difool,
Which is
but
you.
if not, then random. So either way, it's random.
I think you look more than John Difool.
All right, we'll go with that. All right, so looking at the cards I've got one Tanata. Do you have many Tanatas?
I have one Tanata.
Okay, and we don't really want to be missing opportunities. So
Yeah, because if we go too quickly and the berg will advance and then we get more damage into our deck and that's not good.
Is there anything useful you can do over here with this anima? Because 2 Tanatas are no good there.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Oh, I have 2 Meta Baron that I can drop there, or I can drop Meta Baron over there.
All right, well, because we're going to have to do a move with these Tanatas at some point anyway, I'm going to
You sure?
move 2 spaces.
I mean, you can go there and then
I think we'll finish it up there and then move them over. So
I have
I've
2
got-
John. Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
have 2 saloons, so I'm going to add those here.
All right.
All right, now I haven't completed it, so I don't do a revelation, and now I must redraw to 4 cards. See, I've already got a damage card in hand, which is disappointing.
All right, so I have 1 Tanata that I can drop off there. I have 2 Meta Baron that I can also drop off there. Do you have Tanata?
I have 1 Tanata.
So probably we'll leave your Tanata there. We just complete this one first.
Yeah, I think let's try to complete that one first and quickly. It's an easier one to complete.
And then we can just like move them around or something like that. Anyways,
Yep.
let's do this. So I will move 1. So Tanata looks very, I don't know, it's very cold, ice queen type of lady, pretty type of. And then I will play 2 Meta Baron down. So we just need 1 Tanata there to complete this, unless if we want to move things around.
Yep, so
And-
we're each holding 1. That means we've got flexibility when it comes around to that next time.
True. So this Meta Baron looks very, he means it. He means the business. So I take 2 to refill my hands up to 4. Ooh, I've got 2 anima. Perfect. I can go there and then complete that one.
Okay, I will move 1 step. This one will be very slow to fulfill. You said you have 2 anima,
I have 2 anima.
so there should be no need for me to keep
Correct.
an anima. I'll put it there. The other thing, do you have any 3s? Because we do need a 3 to advance this one.
I have a 3.
Is it anima?
No, it's not.
Yay. All right, so
So this needs to be in order. So the next one must be 3, and then 4, and then 5, and so on.
Yeah. What we really want to what we want to
gonna
hope
be
to
hard.
do is be able to put a couple cards down at once. there,
Yeah,
'cause that
I
will
don't
also be
have-
slow.
I don't have 3 and 4 as the same one. So
Yeah, sometimes it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'll move 1, and I'll play 3. I only have 1 of these characters in my hand, unfortunately.
Okay, so we have Depot,
Mm-hmm. The birds that talks and is starting a cult in the comic book, I believe.
Okay, now,
Dun, dun, dun.
so I'll advance to Suicide Alley. We don't want to, well, this is tricky. We don't want to lose the opportunity. I have no matching cards in my hand, which means at most we can do 1 of these effects. Won't be able to double up on any of them.
So we can move these over there,
We could. Do you have...
and then we reveal that straight away. You reveal that straight away, I should say. I have 1. I have 1 Tanata. But
Well, firstly, we've crossed the bergs, so let's
Correct, yeah.
resolve that part first. The bergs advance 1 step clockwise, and a damage card goes into our discard pile.
Ding, ding, ding.
This is why the game, again, we will lose if anyone has 3 of these in
Oh, yeah.
hand. And once we get
escalate.
through this deck once, those damage cards are going to come thick and fast.
Yeah. You said that you have a damage card. Maybe you can discard your damage card.
I feel like I would like to discard more than 1 damage card at once.
That's actually true. But then again, you leave it to 2. It's like pushing it to 3 and then you lose. Sorry, I have to draw 1 card to make it up to 4 now. Ooh, I have 1 more anima.
It's a shame I don't have 2 matching cards, because then we could use the move to swap a Tanata out for an anima and you'd be able to polish that one off.
Oh no.
What I'll do, I'm going to use the move ability. I'm going to start locking these down quickly. So I'm going to discard 1 card.
You sure that's the right card?
I am, because I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to take
that's
Tanata
true.
out of there. I'm going to use the move ability, which means I have to flip it over. And I can move this one up to here. That means this location is
Complete.
I can do a revelation. So I get to look at this. I'll show it to the camera. You're not allowed to look.
I'm closing my eyes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I know what that is. You do not. We now can't even land here. What we'll want to do next loop around is try to get some of those cards back through probably this discarding action.
True.
Because right now there's 2 of every character out, so we can't actually complete this one at the moment.
Yeah. True. All right.
All right, so I will draw a card.
All right. I will move this there. Although I have 3 of animas, so I'm gonna just put 2. There you go. This is number 3 and 2. And we complete that, and I get to look at that.
Okay, so I will shield my eyes while you show it to the camera.
Yep, there you go. Done.
Okay. And of course, we can't even decide. We can't even deduce what's going on because there's 7 chits and we're using only 5 of them. So if I know 4 of the 5, I don't know the 5th, unfortunately.
We definitely have to use this power then when we know.
We will, yes. All right.
So at least we know 2 of these. And the rest, the 3 is not sure. All right. I've got John Difool. And I have another Tanata.
So John Difool can be played on any of the 5 locations as wild.
There's 1 of them only. I can show it. That's fine.
But only stays there until the end of the turn. So you have to complete the location when you do it. Can also be played as wild at Suicide Alley to give us more powers there. Or can be played alone at Suicide Alley to use a power that we've already used. So I really need to go here. Again, this is the slowest one to fulfill because it needs 5 different characters and then you can only play 1 character per turn. Unfortunately, this costs me an opportunity to play 2 depots at once, but really need to keep advancing that. I will play this one here and redraw.
I have the perfect card for this location.
Ooh, excellent.
So we're going to do this first. So I'll finish. Sorry, this goes that way. And then add 1 damage to the discard pile.
Yep. So if the Bergs do a complete lap, we lose the game.
Yeah. All right. So this has got 2 and 3. So what it needs is the cards must be matching, which is depot. Sorry, the card doesn't have to match, but the number needs to go 4 and 5 and 1. And because it's depot, it doesn't matter. I can play other characters as long as all characters that I play match. I have a perfect card because I have Tanata 4. John Difool, I use it as 5.
As Tanata 5.
As Tanata 5. And this is Tanata 1. So I wrap around and we finish this.
Excellent.
Da-da-da! Perfect.
So you do the revelation. You can have a look.
Yep.
I will shield my eyes once again.
Yep. Okay. And I will draw 3. So we only have 2 in our pile. That goes quick.
You see, it's escalating very quickly indeed. John Difool does get discarded as well, which means circulate through the deck.
So we can still land on this location if we want to, because there are 4 cards.
That's true. It won't offer us very much to do so, though.
Yes. I have actually the other damage card that we started the deck with. We started with 2 damage cards with this bird character.
Okay. The basic bird character.
The
Start
bird,
with 4
that's right,
in advance mode.
Gosh, yeah.
All right, now, once again, I am limited with the characters I've got. I can only discard one, which means we can only do one power. So there's 2 locations left for us to reveal. This one needs a 4 of a kind, which needs to bring some cards back from a location to the discard pile. And this one needs at least 2 more laps to get done.
And you have to move this. I mean, you have to move at least 1 to 6 as well. I mean, you could move there if you have more than a few of the same characters, but I think most of the characters are already out. Probably this is your best bet, yes.
Yeah, I think we need to do we need to get this into the discard before we shuffle the discard. It just means we're going to be at risk of picking up the damages. What we would really like to do... Do you have a pair, by the way?
I don't have a pair.
Oh, that's disappointing. It would have... What would be really good would be if we could get this shuffled before we pass the Bergs again. Because then there'll only be 2 damage in the discard pile.
Yes.
And our chance of getting around before hitting it again is lower.
We can do this. Hopefully. It is not an easy game, I can tell you that, playing a few times already. You often lose this one.
Yes. So I will discard 1 card, and it will be this depot because we don't need depot for there anymore. To do the discarding effect, now I have one Salooni and 1 Metabaron.
I have 1 Salooni, no Metabaron. So probably all the Metabarons cut in there.
Yep, so if we can get Saloon into the discard pile... No, you're right, actually. So you have no Metabaron.
I have no Metabaron. So they are...
And I have 1, so...
That means there's 2 of these are Metabaron.
So yeah, we are better off getting...
The Metabaron there.
The Metabarons. So...
The problem is, I can't really put it there, so it has to be another lap, because I need to move.
Because moving the Metabarons back also opens this location back up. It's really tightly optimized here. Right?
Very tightly optimized. I'm not sure if we're going to win this one. I thought we were doing pretty well, but we'll see.
Yep. So it will open this back up, which will give us a place to stop so that we can just dump a card off and shuffle before the next damage comes in.
Yes.
Which I think is important. All right, so use this one. I discarded 1 card, use this ability once. I will take the 2 Metabarons from here to the discard pile, and all the other cards that were here are removed from the game. So that's what this ability does. When you resolve it once, it's discard 2 and trash the rest. All right, so now I draw 1 card, which of course is a Metabaron.
So I used to collect a lot of comic books. Or when I say a lot, it's not that many. It's like DC, Marvel, all the... what is it, Spawn or something like that it's called? But they're like all over the place. Like I moved some to my parents' place in Bali, and then now I have a little bit here. Do you read comic books? Do you collect comic books? Do you?
I don't collect them myself. My father was very much into the X-Men, so we did used to read a lot of those.
Oh, that's good. So speaking about comic books, this is based on comic books, so I'm going to move this one to here. And then just dump something here, because I don't have anything that helps. We're planning to do Metabaron there.
Yes.
So I'm going to go there and then just dump something. So I'm going to dump Anima. Bye, Anima, 5. And that's my turn. And I draw 1, which is, I believe it's a Metabaron. Let's just show. Yep, it is. Otherwise, the game is broken. But it's not broken, obviously.
All right, so I will move here to the slowest space of all. The Bergs advance, so unfortunately weren't able to keep that out. So we've got 3 damage in this discard pile, 1 in each of our hands. So if we get through this full deck again without getting rid of any damage, we will lose.
Yeah.
All right, I will play down 1 of my Metabarons here. As much as I'm trying to get much as we want the 4 here, we still need 1 over there as well. And this is the point at which we shuffle the discard pile.
Ooh.
And draw.
You draw 1.
Okay, and I've got a Metabaron.
Is that good or bad?
That does help. It'll let us get a couple down here at once.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to go to the suicide alley and I'm going to use this power to discard 1 damage. Remove completely from the game. Unfortunately, I only have 1. I don't have any other choices, and I will discard Saloon to do that action. Let's put it away. Oh, here, so I should say.
So the question is whether you could remove it from me or you could remove it from yourself.
I could, yeah. Maybe I should remove it from you, actually, because you are... Yeah, let's remove it from you.
Well, the risk is, so you will now draw... I guess I won't draw till the end of my turn. You'll draw immediately. So it might get more cards into your hand quickly.
That's true. All right, you know what? Just leave it there.
I reckon yours.
Yeah, okay. All right, and then I draw 2.
Yes.
All right, so another damage card, and John Difool is back.
That gives us quite a bit of flexibility.
Yes.
My turn is very straightforward, though. I will move here and play 2 of the 4 meta barons we need. Which character are we missing up there?
We can get John Difool.
That's true. It's Tanata.
Tanata that you already discarded.
So we removed 2 Tanatas from the game.
So there's one more Tanata in there.
There is 1 left in the deck.
Okay.
Okay. So I played 2 cards. I draw 2 cards.
It's not a damage card. Wow, this must be damage cards here.
Yes, that's...
That's a sad truth.
It's a sad truth.
Oh.
So it's 2 damage and 1 Tanata. So we need to make sure that the 3 damage doesn't end up in the same player's hands. Now, the other problem is I've got a meta baron, which means we would need to do 2 laps here. So...
Did we move the break last time?
Last time it passed, yeah.
Okay.
What we could try to do is hang on to John Difool to resolve the move action that's already been used.
So we can't I can't jump and then do that one now then with John Difool.
What do we need there? Tanata.
We don't have Tanata. And it is in one of these.
So of course the other option if things are getting too tight is we can take the guess without actually knowing what this is.
Ooh, that is true.
And maybe that's our end objective. So let's see. If you go there right now,
yeah,
because we can't go here. You can pass your turn, but it adds more damage to the discard pile as well, which will really hasten the game. At least we're in the second draw, so we can make that work. If you go there and use John Difool to learn that one, you'll know 3 out of the 4.
That's right.
I could go here and talk and tell you the 4th one. And
then we just take a bet on that.
Then we could see where we're at that point.
Okay. This is like bold move, everyone.
Because at least doing that, we'll know where the damage cards are. We'll know if that's our only option.
Let's do that. So I will move here, passing the break as well.
Yep. So
adding 1 damage to the discard. And I will play John Difool. That makes it complete and I can see it. Tarrant, close your eyes. Okay. Done.
Okay. John Difool goes to the discard pile.
Correct. And I draw 1.
Yep.
And that is the damage card. I'm glad that I got the damage card.
2 in hand now?
I got 2 in hand, so there's 1 damage card here. So you're safe, so you won't get 3. At least I got 1. So this is 1 damage and 1 Tanata.
And you have 1 meta baron.
I have, yeah, indeed.
But yeah, we've used John Difool. All right, we've already committed to it because we can't move that across. It would take us 2 laps. The Bergs would, yeah, that's no good. All right, so I move to here. I will discard 1 card. We never got to the point of having 2 cards when we reached Suicide Alley, which meant we've really been tight on these. All right, I'll use the talk effect. I'm going to tell you that this is number 1. All right, I will draw this. It is Tanata, which means you cannot draw again. We will lose the game if you draw again. So
let's finish this now.
So yes,
so that means
we will need to attempt the transfiguration ritual now. So you must flip those 5 tokens from lowest to highest.
No pressure whatsoever, everyone, right? You know what? Seeing this last one, I think I know. I think I can do this. I think we can solve it and take a stab on that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, because we use all 7 chits instead of just 5, there is...
Variable.
You can take... You can...
I'm pretty confident,
You
I
can
think.
take a punt.
I think I'm confident now that you say which one that is. Yours was number 1, which is... I have to flip first. All right, let's go. Number 1.
Number 1?
And I know, because I've seen this is number 2. This is like upside down.
Yep.
And I know this 2, but I don't know this one. I know this one, which is number 3.
This is a good start.
This is a good start. And I know that one, and that is number 4.
Hey!
That the juice, that one, I don't know what that is, but it must be higher than this.
Yes, we never even had to get it.
5! I didn't know. We won! I can't believe we won! I mean, yay!
Excellent.
And that is the game of the Incal Infinite.
Yes, as you can... I mean, that's a really fine example there, I think. You can see how tight everything was. We had some things go our way. We had some things not go our way. We had to really optimize every action, count the cards, get it shuffled at the right time to maximum. Because you will... If you just go in willy-nilly in this game, you will lose almost immediately.
That's true.
Is,
we done first game?
yeah, we
just
got,
lose like...
got nowhere in the first game.
No way,
But
no
it's
way.
recognizing that every move is really, really critical.
And using these powers is so critical. You have to utilize it. We didn't utilize it that much, and then, as you say, we only have one type of cards every time we go to Suicide Alley. But if you have more, they'll be like fantastic. You can do more than one powers there.
Yep. The game plays up to 4 players, so the distribution of damage cards will be a bit different as you go up through there. There is an extra character, Kill, the dog, who is... The dog's name is Kill. I'm not saying to kill a dog.
I understand that. You just covered the name as like Kill.
I did, yeah. Let's do it properly again.
Kill.
There we go.
The dog
so
Kill.
it is, you use the full deck at 4 players. You use, you take a few cards out at random at 3 players. And then there are many different adversaries as well. So we're playing the basic Bergs who start with 2 damage, in the deck. The standard Bergs have 4 damage in the deck.
And of course, these actually, you can put a standee, but because this is overhead video, we'll just show it easier like that. We just like, literally, we almost lose. Like if I get to play a card last turn, I would have 3 damage cards and we lose.
There are some other adversaries from the universe. There are some other location cards as well, so you're not always playing with the same 5
and these are
objectives
placed
here.
randomly, and I think this is the prototype. I think we're missing at least 1 location card as well, and I think there will be more. And I think there's going to be a movie. I've heard, I mean, don't quote me on this, I was just like looking it up, like, oh, it might be even Taika Waititi that is going to direct or play or something along those lines, but I love his movies, right? Like the Thor movies, he makes it so good. Like if you see the first Thor movie and then see the last 2, and then it's like different.
It's very much got a style.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that's it. That is the Incal Infinite. Check it out on Kickstarter. We'll put the link to Kickstarter in the video description, and hopefully you enjoy that.
Here is the box once again. Of course, it's the French box, but
that is the French
coming
box.
out in many languages.
And hopefully you're doing something fun today. Let us know what games you play, and hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye-bye.